Hey everybody, and welcome back to our Formula One 2019 career playthrough. We're here in week 18, or round 18, in Mexico at the Autodromo Hermandos Rodriguez course. So we went through our 3 practice sessions, and now we need to head on into qualifying and then the race itself. Our weather forecast is not so great. We got sunny conditions for qualifying and wet conditions for the race. I haven't had wet conditions all week, so really have no idea how wet tires are going to perform on the track. Really don't like when that happens. Rather have. We're going to have a wet race. It'd be nice to have a little bit of wet practice so we can get a general idea of what we've got in store. Without further ado, let's see where we can qualify. Hopefully we can qualify fairly far up front, which will hopefully make the rainy conditions a little more tolerable.
Welcome to qualifying here in Mexico, where the cars will be going out on track very shortly and battling it out to secure pole for tomorrow's Grand Prix. I want to talk briefly about the strategy in these qualifying sessions. Anthony Davidson, how can a driver adjust their approach to gain those critical extra tenths of a second?
Well, qualifying isn't about adjusting your approach necessarily. It's more about trying to repeat a low fuel run that you've practiced prior to this session. You're looking for perfection on the lap, and that's hard to achieve if you're trying something new. There are some variables that can stand in your way, however. Track position or unexpected yellow flags, for example. Coupled with ever-changing track conditions, it's important to be out there at the right moment. But as a driver, you have to try and ignore these distractions and just keep your mind focused on that one perfect lap.
Alrighty then. This is kind of an interesting track with some high-speed straights and some interesting turn combinations that make it a little difficult. One specifically is coming up right here. Got 2 lower speed turns, and then we move into basically a flat-out turn. So good. S curves. And we're coming into the stadium. Right corner. And you gotta try to turn the wheel back. And get back up to speed as fast as possible. Oh, this is where we lose time every lap. Every lap.
Excellent lap. We're really pleased.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top 3 today. Hamilton, the rookie, and Sebastian Vettel. Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix.
All right. We bettered our rivals this week. We lost a fair bit of rep from last week's very poor result.
So, unfortunately, we've picked up some grid penalties, and we'll be starting further back than you expect. As for how bad it is, that'll depend on what the other drivers get.
So we picked up a grid penalty because we changed out the power unit. So basically, I mean, we were blowing smoke the whole Suzuka race. I would say that being down on power was probably one of the reasons we were last place. Pretty bad driving too, but at any rate, the poor performing motor really did not help us out too terrible much. So we got a grid penalty when I swapped that out at the start of first round practice. So we know why we got a grid penalty this time around.
Formula One may have been absent from Mexico for 23 years, but after 2015's triumphant return, it was as if we'd never been away. In Mexico, a Grand Prix is more than just a race. It's a celebration of speed and of bravery. There's nothing quite like the atmosphere in the stadium today. They'll be drowning out the cars with their noise as they make their way through on lap 1. 17 corners then at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, 10 to the right and 7 to the left, and all of them will have to be tackled in difficult, wet conditions here today. No DRS assistance either, at least not for the start of the race, but the best overtaking opportunities will still be down into turn 1 or shortly afterwards into turn 4. Anthony Davidson, a very warm welcome to you as you join me in the commentary box for today's event. Let's talk about the rookie. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
It's been a really solid year so far. There have been some incredible standout performances, but what's really impressed me has been the consistency. With this kind of form, I'm expecting another great race today.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Bottas, Charles Leclerc and Raikkonen, Butler, Perez, Weber and Lando Norris. Gasly, the rookie, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Nico Hülkenberg and Kvyat. Stroll, Russell, Kevin Magnussen and Daniel Ricciardo. Kubica and Antonio Giovinazzi starts from the back of the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
You qualified lower than we expected. See if you can make up some places off the start.
All right, see here. What? Right. Well, do that. I don't know if I'm going to pit or not. Just have to see. All right. Wish me luck, everybody. Wish me luck. Break. Oh. teammate. I want to be in a three-way sandwich.
Careful. Remember, you are teammates.
All right. Well, 6. Field's getting spread out a little bit, so a little bit of breathing room. Now it's up to me either to screw up or successfully slowly pick off people. A little quicker.
We're leading our teammate by 3.0 seconds. Fastest lap of the race. Keep this up.
Finish the bonus point. Just have to keep it. Lost the front.
Gap ahead is 1.6 seconds.
4.2, so we gained a little bit of time on Verstappen. 4.7. Lost time to us, so that's good. Good. I'm wondering if the next race is the U.S. Grand Prix in Texas.
2 laps until the pit window. You'll be on inters for the next stint.
0.7. Didn't want to do that. That was not the plan at all. Man, I'd love for it to dry out.
Our gap to the car in front is 3.5 seconds. We're going to box this lap. Push hard on the in-lap. Gap to teammate behind is 4.9 seconds.
not going to mess with that. I'm just going to ignore him. About halfway. And let's hope. You know, I'm fine with 4. Don't screw up anything. Plenty of opportunity for me to screw something up.
The gap to the car ahead is 3.1 seconds.
I remember what the gap was. Know if I'm losing time or gaining on him. 3.1. I'll try to remember that. If we get a gap here. 2. Definitely gained time on him. If we gain anything on him this time or not. Looks like it. Feels like it.
Good pace. You're catching the car in front by a second per lap.
All right.
Okay, clear.
All right. Up, brake him into turn one. Not like that. Oh, stop. On it.
Mind that front wing. It'll need replacing if it takes too much damage.
Alright, got these guys, or I can get them again.
Some information on Verstappen. They have an issue with their car. They're going to be slow.
Don't let that slow to me.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
4 laps to go. Missed the brake zone, missed the brake zone. Now he's...
set of rubber is looking a bit worse for wear at this point. It's not going to be long before it falls away from us completely. Stay alert. There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
17, 18, 3 laps. I could go and drop this. Down to lean. I'll lean for a lap, that'll help.
Okay, our tyres are going to hit the cliff pretty soon. It may be prudent to do something about that before we completely destroy them.
Nope. Sorry, buddy. Laps left, and no one is busy. Remember, I did this another race, and you screwed me out of it. Gonna have to try to take care of them.
Gap to car in front is 1.5 seconds. Increasing our gap on the car behind by around a second a lap.
Let's go. Fifth place, I'll take fifth. Their tires should be worse for wear too.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining. It seems they fixed whatever the problem was. They're coming back up to speed. This is your final lap of the race.
That's it. Good place. And we got fastest lap.
Thank you for all your hard work out there. That was a strong drive and a good finish.
That was rough.
Well done.
That's it for another Grand Prix and a fantastic win for Mercedes. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, they clearly have a car that comes alive in the kind of conditions we were dealing with today. It's a very balanced package in the wet And what that means is that the drivers have confidence to attack. And having that confidence gets you on the power earlier, it lets you brake later, and can put you a long way up the road.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again. Let's see what effect this result has had on the drivers' standings. Valtteri Bottas passes his rival to take over the lead of the Drivers' Championship. Some amazing talents out on the track today. But Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
I have to give it to the rookie. They did a great job at getting the most out of their tyres without losing pace, something that's a very handy skill to have in modern-day Formula One.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. It's another clear win for Mercedes as they manage to secure the Constructors' title. An incredible performance for the whole team. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in Formula One.
Well, let's check out the highlights. There we are, back in 11th spot. Trying to stay out of trouble. And then we get into a three-way sandwich here. Show me the three-way. There we go. A little sideways. Oh, got into her teammate. That's where we just got into him on braking. We just couldn't get slowed down good enough. Front wing looks really good. Probably would have damaged it a little bit. Oh, look at that slide job. And that's where we go. It's too aggressive. Probably could have been a little more patient. Could have cost us a podium.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that. You're no longer in the top spot. Are you hoping to regain it? You had a bit of contact today. Who was at fault there? Appreciate your time.
Excellent result today. Finishes like that will look good on your contract reviews. On to the next one.
Gearbox has fulfilled its requirement to complete 6 races. A new gearbox can be fitted without penalty. Yes. All right. Tune in next time as we take on the U.S. Grand Prix for what should be round 19 of 21. 3 more races to go. Well, next time, happy racing. Be sure to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell.